BEN STRANG last updated 13:35 the 20th of July 2018. BEN STRANG stuff Sarah Goss addresses the New Zealand Sevens team in Mount Maunganui. BEN STRANG stuff Sarah Goss breaks through the defense and scores a try in a trial game at Blake Park. BEN STRANG stuff New Zealand Sevens captain Sarah Goss claims a line out during a trial game. BEN STRANG stuff Gayle Broughton says she is blessed to be part of the national sevens team. BEN STRANG stuff Kelly Brazier tackles Shiray Kaka in a final trial game, leaving Kaka nursing her heavily strapped left leg. BEN STRANG stuff Tanika Willison and Sarah Goss support Shakira Baker on their way to winning a Watt Bike Challenge. BEN STRANG stuff Portia Woodman rides hard for her team in a Watt Bike Challenge. Rugby training will never be the same for the New Zealand women's sevens team. On July 13, just over a week before the Sevens World Cup in San Francisco, their final official training camp came to a close as they boarded a flight out of Tauranga. For more than 5 years, the players had traveled from every corner of the country to train at Blake Park in Mount Maunganui. They'd spend a couple of weeks at a time preparing for their next tournament, reacquainting themselves with each of their teammates, remembering what makes them tick on and off the field. From October, it will be permanent. Redmore, * Williams family first, rugby second * sevens teams meet giants * Broughton wears heart on sleeve * Ruby Tui takes her mumps * NZ reveal Cup Sevens squads. Ellen Bunting's national sevens team will centralize in Mount Maunganui prior to the next World Rugby Sevens series. Half of the players are already based in the Bay of Plenty, but the rest will follow suit. It means more training, more time together to get the team functioning right, and fewer excuses if things go wrong. But ahead of the World Cup, preparations were as they've always been. Players arrive in camp a couple of weeks before the tournament, staying in a hotel which lurks in the shadow beneath the mount. Across the road are hot pools. Around the corner, the beach. A short drive south is Blake Park, the training base in which players rip each other to shreds as they seek a ticket to America. Add feedback: the World Cup camp was particularly tough. No player gave an inch in trial matches as almost every athlete limped from the field, feeling the strain of their efforts. We come up against teams who are really physical, some teams are really good at ball play, some teams are good at set piece, 26-year-old prop Ruby Tui said. But when we play trial games, they're physical, good at set piece, everything is there. We try to tick every box there is to tick. When we play each other, you've got to be really good at everything and then have something extra, because otherwise this team is impossible to get into. Tui made those comments after the final day of trials. She was nursing a particularly bad limp, the result of a leg knock suffered in contact. If it had happened in the World Series, or at a World Cup, she might be a little dark at the opponent who had hit her. On the field, she may have also been a little dark as adrenaline masked the pain. But as the players left the drenched field at the end of a sudden downpour, there were only high fives and hugs. They congratulated each other on a tough game, a tough trial, and wished each other well for the selections to come. Pressure makes diamonds, and although they were a little dented, the New Zealand women were shining. We're truly blessed to be in this team, 22-year-old playmaker Gayle Broughton said. Just to call this our job. Wake up, train with your best mates and get to talk to them. It's a family outside of family and it's such a blessing. Broughton grew up in these camps. She first arrived in Mount Maunganui as a 16-year-old, before making her debut for the team at 17. The older players, like 2013 World Cup holdovers Sarah Goss, Tyla Nathan Wong, Kelly Brazier and Portia Woodman, have been like older sisters, guiding her on the way to adulthood. You can sense the camaraderie away from the field, when they descend into the University of Waikato's high-performance sports hub across the road from Sir Gordon Tietjens Field. Bay of Plenty Rugby and the National Sevens teams also call the hub home, making use of the changing rooms, the office space, a high-performance gym and the upstairs kitchens and lounge areas. The players walk past their tournament trophies, proudly displayed in a glass cabinet in the hallway, while also mingling with the likes of Black Caps paceman Trent Bolt, in the gym for some off-season strength training. Healthy lunch is always provided. The players sit together, sometimes with the men's team as well, to eat their meal, before making the most of free time in the communal area. Woodman leads a game of sequence, a board game mixing strategy and playing cards. Others watch Netflix, or the television playing on the northern wall. At one point, the players burst into a spontaneous rendition of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith is on screen. "I think having fun is extremely professional," New Zealand coach Alan Bunting said. "You have to have the fun part to motivate. Extremely professional isn't about being serious and always having your head down and working really hard. It's getting the balance right, and that might change day to day. It might not be the plan we had for the last week. It's being able to have that relationship with your players and management staff and what you get out of every day. One day we might have a concert where they can sing, and then the next day you thrash the hell out of them. Next day you do some rugby stuff, and then you go home." Asked to expand on these concerts, Bunting said it's a way to let off steam. "We usually have skits. They sing all the time and laugh and they dance. It's part of our culture, is laughing and singing and making sure you enjoy your time together. This is stressful. You can't stay in that place all the time, otherwise you'll die mentally. You have to enjoy where you are. Enjoy the country, enjoy the culture, and we have some players in our team who know how to do that really well. The fun extends to some training sessions, injecting competition and rivalry but with no stakes. After a couple of hours of rest, singing, dancing, watching television and playing board games, the players discard their Ugg boots and slippers, change into exercise gear and head to the gym. The coaches have planned one final blowout before the team will be named. 8-watt bikes are placed in a circle on the gym floor, all facing inward. They are stationary bikes which measure a power output, and it makes for a great competition. Teams of 3 are put together and tasked with producing the highest score they can in 7 minutes. Where it gets interesting is when Bunting and some of his support staff are put together in one team. Here's a chance to beat the coach, and watch him suffer a little. Might be a bit of fun, but you learn a lot about some of the athletes in these essentially meaningless moments. The ones with that extra competitive edge and desire to win shine through. Taneka Willison, the first 5'8" who was thrust into the starting role for the Commonwealth Games final and helped lead the team to gold, pushes herself to the limit. In a team with Goss and Shakira Baker, she pushes so hard for 60 seconds that she collapses as she comes off the bike. Her team takes the win, clocking up the highest total to edge the coaching staff and all other comers. Despite lying prone on the floor, inhaling as much oxygen as she can, Willison still finds energy once the ride is done to wheel the watt bikes away into their corner of the gym. The team then goes for a short walk, expelling lactic acid from their legs. After a tough camp, it's off to the Mount Hot pools, or a dip in the ocean. Camp is over. From October, this life will be full-time stuff.